The point-to-point headline inflation measured by the National Consumer Price Index decreased marginally to 3.5% in May 2019 from the 3.6% in April 2019. The contributions of the food group and the non-food group to the headline inflation in May 2019 accounted for negative 0.17% and 3.68% respectively. Once monthly changes are considered, the NCPI increased by 1.1% as a result of an increase in expenditure value of food items by 2.1% month-on-month. Meanwhile, non-food items increased by 0.3% month-on-month. The prices of items in the non-food category increased due to expenditures mainly seen in housing, water, electricity and gas and other fuels, transport, alcoholic beverages and tobacco and narcotics. Meanwhile, a decrease in value was reported for communication. Meanwhile, the point-to-point core inflation remained at 6.3% in May 2019, reflecting the underlying inflation in the economy. The annual average for both headline and core inflation continued their increasing trend for 2019, recording at 2% and 4% respectively in May 2019. The central bank, on behalf of the government, returned to the US dollar bond market, successfully pricing a new issuance of 5-year $500 million and 10-year $1.5 billion senior unsecured fixed-rate bonds. The bonds were rated at B2 by Moody's Investor Services while being rated at B by both the Standard & Poor's and Fitch Ratings. This marks Sri Lanka's 14th US dollar benchmark offering in the international bond market since 2017. The 10-year tranche marks the longest tenor issuance to date in the international market, underlining the continued support of the international investor community to Sri Lanka and the confidence in the economic fundamentals and long-term growth prospects of the country. The aforementioned bond has also been appropriately identified with the country's future debt service obligations and debt management strategy. BOC International, Citigroup, Deutsche Bank, HSBC, JP Morgan, SMBC Nikko and Standard Chartered Bank acted as joint lead managers and book runners on the transaction. The joint syndicates released terms and initial price guidance for the new 5-year tranche at 6.6% while issuing a 7.8% initial price guidance for the 10-year tranche. The bonds were eventually priced at a yield of 6.35% for the 5-year and 7.35% for the 10-year tranche, with a price tightening of 25 basis points from the initial price guidance for each of the tranches. The bond issuance reflected total subscriptions of $6.3 billion, marking an oversubscription of over 3 times. This highlighted the continued confidence of the global investors and the positive outlook on Sri Lanka's economic growth story. Thank you for tuning in and do join us again next week for another update.